Hello, friends. Hello, everyone. Hello, Gemini, especially to Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Neptune, Pluto, Venus. Hey, how are you, Gemini? This is going to be your July 2019 tarot reading for Cancer season in July. We just had the summer solstice and we're going into some beautiful, beautiful energy. And I want to wish you all well out there, Gemini. These are general readings. Take what applies, kick the rest to the curb, okay? But thanks for being here in the moment of space and time, because that's where it is. That's where we're doing it, okay? Special welcome, especially if you're cross-watching to Gemini. Maybe you want to give Gemini a big hug, or just say hello. And hello to everyone in the chat. These readings for the monthly signs are always dedicated to the people watching later. So thanks for being here, Gemini. Your cards are well shuffled. We'll give them one more quick cut. And I want to wish you the best in all things: peace, love, prosperity, joy, bliss, happiness, abundance, health for all days. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. And before we get started, I just had some initial thoughts because your reading was a day late. But it's kind of like saying that urgency, that desire you're feeling to get in there, maybe we're going to want to hold off on some of this. We're best, Gemini. That balance is serving you well through Cancer season. And it's really like over there with your sister sign in Libra, really about just standing back and allowing the environment to occur before you without that drive to get in there. Don't be worried, even if people are moving a little bit seemingly too slow for you. It's going to be okay. There's a lot of excitement about you. I like jittery and up with this, okay? Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles is there with a message for you, Gemini, okay? Could be an offering. Could be for some of our Geminis, it could be a job offering coming in. It could be like an opportunity for a partnership. It could be offered like something that's mutually beneficial that could actually make life easier. So that's kind of nice messaging from the Page of Pentacles. We'll set her off to the side there and refer back to her what that offering could be for many of you, okay? So much, all right? Here we go now. Yeah, and it's not an easy time, but that's why I'm saying the worry is not serving you whatsoever, okay? That's what I'm getting here. Is like you guys might be overanalyzing. You might be over worrying about certain. This is your capstone card. Some of you could be just dealing with a Capricorn, okay, Gemini and Capricorn. But this, again, about the balance, it's kind of like a tight wire act. It really is for you, Gemini, through this what can seemingly be like frustrating, emotional, and even sensitive time. Okay, remember that those things are actually processed within you, and then they come out as a feeling, right? What you have is a nice ability to take in from your environment what serves you the best. You hear readers talk about it all the time. Let go of that which no longer serves you. Well, where do you start picking up all this stuff that no longer serves you? Well, honestly, it happens in the present moment, and it happens when you may be finding yourself a little bit worried, wanting to jump in there, right? Have a little bit like, it's good to have, creative control on your world and your environment. But it's kind of like when we get too attached to those things, they really have a tendency to be a bit of a residual energy. But do not despair, Gemini. It's not all bad news. You actually have a really good energy up in your grounding centers. A reversal on an 8 of Swords, which is really nice, because this is actually letting go of fears that some of you may have had to actually finally start embracing your freedoms, whether this was a new life choice or one of those things that you did finally cut out. You kind of plucked it out and was like, okay, well, this is no longer blocking my path. As well, a strong ability for our Geminis for their soul and their spirit connection. See the 2 distant stars? There's a few more, but there's 2 that really stand out there. Okay, Gemini, Castor and Pollux, this building, they're very close actually to our system. And it does allow for very good visuals, all right, and intuitive dreams and things like that. Very nice. So some of you may be finding liberations through your a new way of thinking or a simple twist of perspective of how you see something new is actually serving you very well, because you're breaking down doors here, when it comes to creativity and when it comes to what you are making the most of this life path for you. Don't feed that tendency to get in there and sometimes be a little bit defensive about your way, even when other people are coming at you seemingly, right? We have this interesting way of feeling like others are projecting onto us and affecting us very heavily when that was never their intention. So it's about finding that middle ground, right? We're not letting our walls down entirely here, Gemini, but we're definitely finding the weaker points and the areas that, the growth has occurred. You may be returning to certain practices and certain things that have served you well in the past, and you're using them actually to promote your energies stronger in this time. Okay, so that's all right. And the cards, they do get better. It's like a balance. It's like what I mentioned, like, why do Libras always have to be the balanced one? Gemini knows all about balance, right? It's all about what is the other hand doing? What is the other side doing, right? And that's okay. Because for Cancer season, for July, this is up for your solar plexus energy. Okay. And this lets me know as a reader that you're going to be feeling the union. Okay. It's not one particular side or one particular way having the dominance. This is about the two people seeing, or your two sides seeing, meeting each other in the middle, and there being a grand union as a result of it. Okay. For many of you, you may have like a gut instinct or a gut feeling that things are about to change, like big changes coming in your life. The World card can always symbolize major change, or major, the start of a new life chapter, or the ending of an old life chapter. Okay. It's 21 major arcana, the last card in the 78 tarot. Okay. Look what's up here. More dreams here. This is about rising above. This is about vision. It's going to be an increasingly intuitive and psychic time for collective. But Gemini, it's coming forward strongly for you guys in terms of the actual vision, actual seeing it, okay? Through dreams, through meditations, you may be finding like areas of your third eye opening up, and your intuition, your life energy, your life force, your chi, if you will, flowing very nicely this month. Okay, we just really have to avoid issues of mind. Okay, all right. Up in the heart center, another nice energy here. Feeling less stressed about matters of the heart, but the confusion is heavy. For some of you, it's confusion about relationship, about work, wherever you've set your intention, Gemini. Okay, and if you are feeling confused, that is the clear number one sign. Confusion's nothing new. And what do you do when this confusion arrives? Do you try and get in there and find out the source of it and find out what's going on immediately? Or is it best to step back, see the confusion in front of you without being a part of it, and this particular viewpoint? Because sometimes we take things to the heart that really, do we really let that close to our heart? Pretty much the people you share your love with, your beloved, children, family, all that stuff plays into it. Who's really there? What is really important? Is what you're fighting for and giving your energy to you really going to be all that important to you down the road? Or is it time to just drop it? Is it time to just let it go? This is a 10 of clubs after all. But this is about transmuting stresses and anxieties through heart energy into inspiration, new activity, okay, new friendships, either new colleagues. And new colleagues is up. I feel many of you are starting in terms of communication. This 8 of Wands, which is typically a communication card, shows up in your communication center. So it's good. You don't have to get in there on the levels that you're feeling. Just a few words, one way or the other, from Gemini has the potential to be very influencing this month. Okay, just be you. And it's kind of like that when you're speaking softly. The more oft you are able to silence yourself before you get into it with somebody, the time that you do have something to say, it becomes even more influential. Okay. The 8 of Wands is a very quick moving energy. A lot of messages coming in. This is the making of plans for a lot of Gemini. Are we going? Are we still going? I haven't heard back from so-and-so. And it's just kind of like, just allow it to happen. There's no point in stressing it out at all, or stretching it out. If something comes your way, deal with it as soon as you can. No procrastination allowed, Gemini. That's maybe your homework, and that's up in your communication center. You're going to be really wanting to talk about your ideas and your passions as well to those people that harmonize with you, or that are on your general level of frequency, right? Who you're energetically matched with. Okay, little reversal up here on an Empress. Again, it comes back to these visions, comes back to what you're manifesting, the future that you can see for yourself. It's kind of like when you lay down at night and you close your eyes, and it's like you get a little bit of a show, you get a little bit of a glimpse into the future there, and it's really nice for you. But for some reason, it's like, don't worry if it comes off as confusing, because it's not meant for you to know at that present time. The Empress comes up reverse. It's usually a message of just being like, let it be. You are actually in a position where if you were to know more about it, you might even find that, things were more worrisome, or they had the potential to be more distraught than what they are. So this reading is all about be with the excitement, be balanced, be your balance center, but avoid worry and try your best to transmute any confusion that comes along your way, because it has the potential to do that. I'm not seeing it so much through like people that you're closest with, but these are the fringe people. These are the people in the world that, they influence you on a subconscious level, even if you only see them for 5 to 15 minutes a day, right? Maybe it's somebody that you work with them, or you're forced to deal with them. You've accepted it for the present moment, but just make sure that, situations that are calling your attention, they're not calling you further in than you actually have to be. There's that general innate desire, I feel, Gemini, for you to go in there. Figure it all out right now. We need to know, we need to do. Nah, it's okay. Mini moons, sunsets, okay? Relax into this kind of stuff, and it will serve you quite well. Again, this overall energy of the Page of Pentacles, for some of our Geminis, there is messages and there is offerings coming in, okay? Not too many cups up in that reading, okay? So don't worry about the emotionality, the sensitivity of this particular season in regards to relationships. This is asking you really let go of surface level fears, which is what worry is, okay? It's not saying that you don't care about this person, but how much have you let your fear about what could happen too close to you, okay? And here's your oracle card. Hi, everyone in the chat. Yeah, we will be going live later tonight on we have a lot to talk about in the Legends. Should be a fun show. It's coming up in a little while. So wanted to get this last July monthly out for Gemini. And Geminis that made it this far, here is your Sacred Oracle card. Number 13, the big 13, power of attraction, okay? Don't worry. You're already on a timeline to where you want to go, to what the most benevolent and beautiful thing seems like to you, okay? If it doesn't seem it, or maybe you're on the uphill, you can't see over the top of the mountain right now, there's a lot going on in regards to trust in this card as well. Nobody's out there. Nobody's like out there to get you, and make sure if you feel like you're pushing, is really a time to stop. Look at the honeycomb down there, or all of those octagons and the sacred geometry and structure, okay? Look at the structure that comes out of trust, which trust, truth, and love, all just a beautiful energy flow and energy form, okay? When you worry, you tend to clog that up, potentially in crown chakra energy. Gets clogged up sometimes in, down there in third eye chakra energy. So it's about trust. And the visions that you're having, hopefully they're nothing scary or nothing weird or nothing, too oblique. Like, you just want to make sure, if it's clear, great. If it seems confusing, just let it go. It doesn't have to be that close to you. So strong message for a few of our Geminis. Okay. Don't worry, be happy. That's how they would have sung it back in the day. Okay. No, I didn't rig the reading. I promised. Hi, Benita. Hi, Afra. Thanks so much for joining me for the Gemini reading. We'll be back in just about an hour with our regular programming for our friends on the 99.9. And if you're new here watching later, please hit the dingers so that you can come and vibe out with all these beautiful people and more that come to our live streams. Okay. Take care, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful July.